Good morning. Thank you to everyone for joining us today for our Cage Fitness Boot Camp webinar. Our special guest today is Mr. Stephen Holliday. He is Director of Operations for Cage Fitness. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Holliday.
Mr. Doris, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here, sir. Just to let everyone know, we will be taking questions at the end of the webinar. So if you have any questions as we're going through, just feel free to enter them into the questions panel on your GoToWebinar widget there. And without any further ado, Mr. Holliday, we'll go ahead and let you take over and get us started. Tell us about this boot camp.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're super excited to, not only roll this out, but educate people on what it is. We've been licensing Cage Fitness now for a few years and have licensed, well over 350 facilities worldwide. We have a presence in 14 different countries. Yet we understand and have understood that we have a void. Okay, there are a lot of people out there that have inquired about the program, that love the program, but for whatever reason the timing was wrong, or there wasn't the means to bring the program in at the time. There's a lot of startup schools out there as well that just don't have the capital in the beginning to come on board with a full license to get the equipment and then roll out the program in their schools. Well, we have developed and created the answer to that, okay, and we've filled that void with our boot camp program. So it is a sub-licensed, okay, program, or a restricted license. Let me see if I can switch the slides here. Oh, there we go. Let's hope it doesn't jump too far. All right. So this is what we'll be covering here, what the boot camp is for you, okay, what it is for your students, what's included with this package, okay, obviously how much does it cost, how it's going to make you guys money, what happens after the trial period, and then what you can do to get started, all right. Now, what it is for you, all right. The boot camp is essentially a substantially lower cost, no obligation way to test run the program in your school. So you'll be running Cage Fitness classes, all right? Now it'll be slightly modified. So the standard Cage Fitness class is, 5 5-minute rounds. So it's a 30-minute full body workout packed into a short amount of time, which is very popular and people love it. And then the biggest excuse out there is I don't have time. And that goes for a lot of things, but especially fitness. Well, we've combated that with our 30-minute, workout. Now with the boot camp, we made it a little bit longer. So you have the standard Cage Fitness workout sandwiched in between a pre-round and a post-round. The pre-round, we've added in a true kind of a dynamic style warm-up where you're jogging in place, jogging around a certain area, doing dynamic stretches, so on and so forth. Okay, you go into the full workout and you finish with a true cool down and static stretch. So it's a little bit different, but still the same high intensity, high energy class that people love. All right, and again, it's a means for you guys to test run these classes, to see how the program is going to fit in and how it's going to work and be received by your current members, the family of your current members, and then your community. Now, what it is for your students or your potential members. All right. Now, with the boot camp, we have set this up to be an 8-week session, okay, and we understand how, or most of us understand how boot camps work, but they're session-based, okay. With the full Cage Fitness license, you can run ongoing programs, you can run them in sessions like that, or, it's entirely up to you on how you do that, but with the boot camp specifically, they're done in sessions, so it's, 8 weeks, all right. We recommend offering, 2 classes per week, all right. It's entirely up to you on how many classes you offer. You'll include with your boot camp. All right, they're going to get 3 evaluations, a free T-shirt, goal setting and support. All right, so it's very important that we've created a well-rounded program and instructions on how to do all of this. All right, but for them, the value of it is, hey, I'm getting 2 classes a week, a free T-shirt. You know, I'm getting 3 evaluations where you are specifically helping me with goal setting and continued support with achieving my goals for this 8-week session. All right. Now, they can expect, obviously, increased strength and endurance just from working out. Okay, they're going to get that. It's going to be even better with the fact that you're helping and assisting them in setting and achieving their goals. All right, and you'll be there to push them and guide them to hit those goals. Fat loss, you know, HIIT training. I'm not sure if you're not familiar with that. That's high intensity interval training, which is becoming very popular now in the fitness world, and one of the core elements of cage fitness classes. And then improved confidence. And we all know that even with martial arts, you improve your confidence, you know, over time with martial arts training. But the same thing will happen in fitness. You know, as you start to see and feel the changes in your body, and start, you know, achieving and realizing your goals, you hold your head higher, you walk a little prouder, and you start to feel a lot better about yourself, especially for a lot of people out there who are out of shape, you know, overweight. You know, confidence is hard to come by a lot of times. You know, not that they aren't confident, you know, overall or can't have confidence, but a lot of times it takes its toll on people, and you know, by helping them achieve their goals, you will also improve their confidence. Now, the secret to success, okay, you're going to attract and retain adults by helping them set realistic goals they can achieve over the 8-week sessions. All right, so it's very important. You know, it's one thing to get out there and teach phenomenal classes, all right, but when in the realm of fitness, it's retention, okay, is hard, especially with adults. You know, whether they're getting bored or there's no progression, you know, there are a multitude of different reasons on why people stop, okay, taking fitness classes or stop with their fitness regimen. So it's important to keep it well-rounded, and that's what we've done with our boot camp package, all right? So you're not just teaching phenomenal classes, okay, but you are hands-on with them in means to achieve goals, okay? So you have to have the goal setting in there. Without that element, you know, unlike martial arts where you have, you know, the belt system where there are always goals that they're, you know, working towards, all right? In fitness, you don't have that unless you implement that in there, and we've done that. So again, you know, in the beginning, you're doing 3 evaluation sessions. The first one at the very beginning where you are, you know, putting them through a fitness test, you're weighing them in, taking a picture, and then sitting down and, again, setting realistic goals, you know, that will be achievable, okay, not easy, but be achievable at the end of the 8 weeks. And then throughout the program, you are constantly checking in with them, okay? But there are the 3 set ones. So at the midway point, you will run them through everything again, compare where they are not then to where they started, and then reevaluate their goals. You will do that again at the very end as an exit, you know, exam, if you will, and show them their overall progress. Excuse me. So it's very important. You know, when they see results, okay, and they have those goals that they're working towards, they stay longer. And when they see those results, you know, that confidence, you know, is built up. They're excited about it. That excitement is contagious, and they want to share it with everybody. So they're going to tell everybody they know about this awesome, amazing workout at your facility, all right? Which is even better for you guys because they will market for you, all right? Now, here's the Bootcamp Toolbox. So we'll send you a kit out, okay? That kit will come with completely filled out and laid out class plans for 8 weeks, all right? So with this kit, you really don't have to do a whole lot of homework in the beginning to set things up in that sense. We have done everything for you. Now it's going to come with the operations manual with how to launch, recruit, teach, sustain, and grow your program. You get 2 discs, the first one being the administrative and marketing disc. That has all your class plans, your marketing pieces, everything from print ads to web banners, all the way down to social media content. All right. The exercise disc that has every single exercise we use in the class plans is on that disc. There's a video of Matt demonstrating that exercise, so you know exactly what it is and how to do it. All right. And you get the quick reference guide. We know how busy and time-consuming it is to run a school. You know, we wanted to make this webinar as fun and entertaining as possible, but at the end of the day, you know, we know how valuable your time is. We want to try to, you know, cut to the chase here and get right to the point with everything. So the operations manual, it's a lengthy manual, you know, 50 pages worth of valuable information, again, with what, when, where, and why, and how to do things, okay? And we recommend you read it, but we understand that a lot of times not everyone will read it. So we wanted to put a nice packaged, you know, piece here, kind of what I call the cliff notes, or condensed version of that manual, and it's a quick reference guide. It has pictures in there. It's very colorful. So, you know, for those of you who don't like to read a lot, well, you have your picture book right here. So, all jokes aside, it is still a valuable tool in the directional aspect of the boot camp. All right, like I said, you know, let's not string things out too long out here. Let's cut to the chase, and here it is. Here's the special. Normally you'd see this at the end, but this leads me into the next part of things, of how you're going to make money. Okay. Now, normally the boot camp is $7.99. All right. Right now, if you mention this webinar, you can get it for $4.99, so you're going to save $300. Plus, we'll throw in 10 free T-shirts with your first T-shirt order. All right. I had somebody, you know, one of our new boot camp members ask me, well, how many do I have to order in the beginning? Well, you can order just 10, and they'll be free. You know, it just depends on how many people you have signed up for your boot camp. All right. So, I'm special right now. Now that leads us into the next part. All right. The not so fine print. Obviously, this is a trial program, which means there are restrictions. Okay. So with your $4.99, you'll get the 10 free T-shirts, but you will be allowed to run 2 8-week sessions over 6 months. All right. You're limited to our ready-made workouts, and you will receive below retail cost on our retail and equipment. All right. Now the bags. Okay. I know there'll probably be questions on the bags. We have 2 different size fitness dummies. For those of you who are not familiar, we have a 25-pound bag, which we recommend everyone starts with. All right. The cost on that for our boot camp holders that are not fully licensed will be $69.99 a piece. All right. The 40-pound dummies will be $89.99. All right. So to give you an idea of the cost of equipment there. Now, all right, how does it make you money? All right. Well, it's pretty simple. All right. That's the example I have to give. All right. Your first session should at the least pay for itself. Okay. Plus 10 bags shipped to your school. You know, shipped to your school. You know, assuming you're in the continental United States here. Obviously, if you live outside of the U.S. or not in the continental U.S., shipping increases substantially. All right. So, example here. You know, you get 10 participants. So, if you just get 10 people, okay, and you charge the least amount we recommend at $149 per person for the 8 weeks, you should, like I said, at the least recoup your initial investment of purchasing the boot camp and 10 bags shipped to your school. So it's pretty easy. Obviously, you charge more, you make more, okay? And you get more people, you make more. Now, the second session, all right, this sets you up for the full license or additional boot camp sessions, all right? Now, same thing applies. Even at just 10 people, okay, if you were charging $199, you're shy of $2,000 for that session, okay? And that's either money in your pocket or smartly reinvested into upgrading to the full basic license. So at the end of the day, you could end up with the full license with little to no money out of your own pocket, because the boot camp trial program will have paid for itself and assisted you in upgrading to that license, which is very appealing to a lot of people right now. Now, what happens after the trial period? All right. Well, you have a few options. Okay, you can upgrade to the full basic license, which I'm sure most of you will, because at that point it will lift off any restrictions on your boot camp. You will also gain access to everything we have to offer. So the startup kit with a full license, the online access to our members area where we post our updated material with different advertising and marketing pieces and different exercises, and you have full access to the current and all the archived updates. So that's option 1. Option 2, you renew your boot camp for another 2 sessions. Or option 3, we part ways. You discontinue running the program and classes, and no harm, no foul. You've at the least recouped your initial investment, but we're pretty confident the last option won't cross your mind. So it's going to be either option 1 or 2, and we'll be there to take care of you every step of the way. Now, how can you get started? Well, it's pretty simple. Give us a call, shoot us an email. We fill out the paperwork, send it over to you. You sign off on it, get it back to us, make the payment. We ship out the boot camp package to you and then schedule a call to get on with you after you've received it. Once you go through everything, we always like to go over everything with you and answer any questions you have. We're here at any point in time as well through the process. So at any point in time when you're running your boot camp session, okay, give us a shout. We're here to help you guys with the business or fitness side of things to make your program as successful as possible. That being said, Mr. Doris, I think we're pretty safe to assume the Q&A section here and really answer any questions people have about the boot camp.
Absolutely. And again, thank you, Mr. Holliday. Lots of great info, and we definitely want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to ask any questions that you may have. This is definitely your opportunity to ask any question about the boot camp, or I'm sure Mr. Holliday is open to any questions about cage fitness in general.
Correct. Yes, sir.
And so the first question we have is a simple one. How much are the small bags?
The small bags, okay, the 25-pound dummies are $69.99 a piece, plus shipping.
Easy enough. Next question would be, where does somebody order the bags?
Well, if you are not a fully licensed facility, you will purchase your bags, okay, directly through Cage Fitness headquarters. So through us here.
And can anybody purchase those bags, or they're restricted to licensed or boot camp people only, right?
Currently they are. Currently the bags are restricted to only licensed facilities. And even the boot camp is a license. It's just a restricted license as a trial program.
Perfect. So when should somebody run the classes? When would you recommend that?
That's a good question. Now, obviously, in running a martial arts school, most of us, or most of you guys, have voids in the morning and early afternoon times. Okay, so I would definitely recommend running morning sessions to fill some of that downtime in your school.
Is there a particular... Oh, sorry, Mr. Holliday.
That's right. You're probably getting at the next point here, but it really depends on your area. Okay, running a class at 9:30 in the morning, where the moms have dropped the kids off at school, and now they have time for themselves. They can run it, pop in for their 30-minute, or 40-minute workout, and get on with the rest of their day. That's a popular time. We have some areas, some licensees out there that run classes at 6 a.m. And I know not all of you guys want to do that. Fully understanding the hours of running a martial arts school, 6 a.m. might not be something that you want to do, but you may have an instructor that will. All right. And we have schools that have a lot of people that love to work out before they go to work, and so they'll have packed classes at that time. So it really does depend on your area. You might have a lot of dual-income families, okay, where those early morning times and then the times where they're off of work are best.
How long are the typical boot camp classes?
They're 40 minutes.
Do you have any videos of classes in session that we could share? Maybe post a link to somewhere? We
have sample classes. If you go to YouTube and just search Cage Fitness, you will find everything from our content to our licensees' content, which include, videos, the goofy promotional videos, all the way to, videos of their classes.
Provide step-by-step directions. Does this include marketing, and is that marketing specific for boot camp?
Yes, and real quick to touch base on the last question, if you go to our website, okay, you can download a free round of Cage Fitness. All right. So if you go do that, that will give you a good idea of what a class looks like. Now it's professionally shot, okay, this class, but it's a true Cage Fitness class. All right. That being said, going back to the YouTube content, that's what classes look like in various licensed facilities throughout the world. So you can look at both areas there to get an idea on that. Now the marketing help, yeah, we provide you guys with bootcamp specific, so it's all this allows you to tap into the bootcamp market. It's very popular in bootcamp, and we understand this. Okay, bootcamp is the household name. All right, Cage Fitness is not. If you ask the average person, about Cage Fitness, unless they're involved somewhat or in an area where it's being run, they won't have any idea what it is. Okay, but even if somebody doesn't work out, there's a general understanding of what a boot camp is. So that's why we specifically put this together in this format, or one of the reasons. So the marketing pieces are related and all related to boot camp. Okay, just happens that it's powered by Cage Fitness. So the first thing they're going to see is, talking about boot camp or a boot camp workout. All right. We have two different tracks on the marketing pieces as well. Okay, you have a light and a dark track. The light track is, more female friendly. It's all unisex, okay, but more female friendly, less intimidating, less grungy. Your dark track is the more grunge feel, a little more masculine, if you will. So you have both options. And like I said, we give you print ads, web banners. They're all the way down to social media content, so you can post, to your social media accounts. And then we give instructions on, what to do and how to do it.
Perfect. We have two questions about price. The first one is, what is the price for the boot camp? I think somebody may have missed that. And what's the cost for a full license?
All right. The cost on the boot camp right now, okay, is $499. It's a one-time payment. I'll tell you what, let me see if I can go back to it. Or do I not have control anymore?
Yeah, I'll click back for you.
Okay, if you go back, you can pop that up for them. But it's a one-time payment of $499. Okay, plus you're going to get 10 free T-shirts with your first T-shirt order. All right, so you save $300 plus the cost of those 10 T-shirts.
And what about for the full license?
Now, the full license, through the end of this month, we're still under our New Year's pricing. Okay, so normally the license is $3,000 down and $99 per month. Through the end of this month, there's a $1,000 discount, so it's $2,000 down, $99 per month for 24 months, after which it renews on a month-to-month basis at $99 per month. And it will come with the boot camp program for free.
Perfect. And is there any kind of automatic renewal or any kind of automatic upgrade for somebody that's trying out the boot camp program?
There is no automatic renewal, all right. But again, with that boot camp, you are able to run it, okay, 2 times within a 6-month time frame. After that, you have to make a decision. You're either going to see the true potential and the full value of this and upgrade to that license, which I'm sure you're either still on the fence and you're going to renew it again for another 2 sessions to continue testing the waters, or we part ways. And at that point, you have to discontinue teaching and running the classes and promoting.
Is there a tiered program that's adaptable for beginners as well as those at higher fitness levels?
In the boot camp here, okay, I've specifically designed the class to progressively get more challenging through the 8 weeks. Now, that being said, going back to what I was discussing earlier about having a well-rounded program where you can't just have the classes and leave people just to come and go, because unless you're changing things up enough, people will move on to something else, okay? And unless you are offering, the goal setting and so forth that we've incorporated into this, then retention will suffer. Now, you can also do the same thing with your cage fitness workouts and classes. With the full license, you guys have free reign on how you run this. You can run beginner, intermediate, and advanced classes and make the difficulty, of each class correspond to that level. And that's another way to help with retention, is by offering those types of classes.
Is there a what's the length of term for the full license?
The initial term is 24 months, after which it renews on a month-to-month basis.
Perfect. This next question is about pricing. How much do you charge new students to enroll just for cage fitness? How much would you charge parents who have students already in martial arts classes? And how much would you charge adults who are active in martial arts classes already?
All right, so it's a three-tiered pricing question here. First of all, the recommended pricing for the boot camp is between $149 and $199 per person. We understand whether it's martial arts or fitness, okay, you can't sell, well, you can sell any of it, okay, but what you charge will depend on the value you put into the program, okay, and the value you can explain in the program. If I'm offering up, just cage fitness classes and nothing else, well, depending on how well I explain that to people, there may or may not be a whole lot of value to it. But if I'm incorporating, these amazing, workouts that you're not going to get at the gym down the road, okay, on top of the fact that, we are hands-on with you and we have our 3 evaluation sessions, that we're going to sit down with you and specifically tailor and help you set realistic goals for your sessions, and then monitor your progress throughout the 8 weeks. That adds a substantial more, that adds substantially more value, okay, than going to the gym down the road. Okay, the gym down the road, those gyms, they operate off of numbers. It's a numbers game for them. The more people they have coming in, even paying those nominal fees they're charging nowadays, okay, is how they stay open. And they bank on you signing up and not coming, because it leaves more room for them to sign up more people. You're just a number and a payment to them. Whereas in your school, they're a face and a part of the family. And that's again, that's another portion of the value that's incorporated into your classes. Now, we recommend charging between $149 and $199 per person. It's up to you guys on what you charge, but that's a recommended pricing for the 8-week session. Now, for a student that wants to cross-train and do this on top of their martial arts training, give them a discount, if they're, depending on what they're doing. But again, there's still value to this. If they were doing your martial arts classes and they were big fitness buffs or wanted, another fitness element, if they go and take a fitness class anywhere else, they're not getting a discount because they take martial arts from you. So keep that in mind as well when you're pricing things out. Now, obviously, we know we don't want to, we want to take care of our people as well and show value of being a member of the school. So I would definitely offer them a discount. So maybe it's, if you are in upgrade program, it's a 50% discount. If you're in our basic program, it's a 25% discount to also add on our boot camp program. A parent of your student who's, they have a student in your martial arts program but are not paying for themselves to do martial arts, you can give them a discount for being in the school, but it should be less than what your student would pay, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And would you have a similar pricing breakdown for full cage classes?
Yes, you would want to do the same thing for ongoing regular cage classes as well.
Perfect. What kind of gear does a participant need? Obviously, we have the cage fitness bags, but what additional gear would you recommend for participants?
For somebody who's purchasing the boot camp, or a member of the boot camp program?
For members, for participants.
Okay, well, they're going to, well, they get the T-shirt with the sign up, but they're going to need a pair of gloves, maybe some additional T-shirts, and that's about it. You know, I mean, if you want to sell them hand wraps, you can do that. You know, depending on where you're holding your programs, you can, you know, sell them yoga mats or something like that, so they have a mat if you don't have a mat space where you're holding your boot camps. Again, you know,
that's an interesting point. Where should these classes be held? Indoor, outdoor? Where would you recommend?
Yes, anywhere you can run them. Typically, when you think about a boot camp, it's in an outdoor setting. I know, you know, unless you're living in Florida, okay, it's probably pretty difficult to run a, you know, or maybe California, it's difficult to run a boot camp program outside of, you know, outside right now. Eventually, you get to a point where you'll be able to do that, but yeah, run them outside. You know, change scenery for your people, change the scenery for yourself, for that matter, and it's free advertising. If you're outside running, it's like running a graduation, a belt, you know, promotion graduation outdoors, or running classes outdoors one day. You know, it's just free advertising. It's different, and people, you know, expect that when they think about boot camps, but it doesn't have to be run outside. You can run these indoors, just like the normal cage fitness classes. And
Perfect.
1 week you can be inside, 1 week you can be outside.
And do the instructors have to have any sort of special certification to teach these classes?
You do not. Okay, we've launched this way, and we continue to be this way. We will eventually offer up a certification for instructors, but it's not mandatory. Okay, it is a self-certifying program. The directions we have in there are fully laid out with how to do everything. And if it's not self-explanatory, we're here to help you. Now, you know, if you are purchasing, if you're a school owner and you purchase the boot camp, but you won't ever teach a class, I still recommend that you know the ins and outs of the program. Okay, so know the ins and outs of the program. You know, read the manuals, watch the videos, and then hand it over to your instructor, who will be taking charge of it. Have them do the same thing, and then have them run your staff through classes to practice. The whole while you are familiar with everything, so you'll know whether they are doing things the way they should be or not, to keep that level of quality in the program.
Perfect. I think we've covered a lot of ground today. I would invite anyone who has any additional questions about the Cage Fitness Bootcamp or Cage Fitness in general to contact Mr. Holliday. His contact information is on your screen right now. And Holliday, I understand that Cage Fitness will be doing a morning workout session at the Super Show this year. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We will definitely be there again. Love attending the Super Show and having our workouts there and seeing everybody. We'll also be at the Maya event coming up here, when is it, the end of this month?
Yeah, February 28th it begins, the Martial Arts Business Forum, and it's down there in sunny Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, so if you're wanting to escape the cold, come on down.
Excellent. Yeah, and if anybody's interested in attending that, go ahead and give us a call at Maya, 866-626-6226. We'll get you set up. Our Maya Elite consultants will be there. Mr. Frank Silverman will be there, and I believe Matt Hughes is going to be there representing Cage Fitness. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So it's gonna be a great event. We're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the Super Show. If any of you guys just wait, a recording of this webinar will be available on Maya's YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/MayaSuccess, or you can find a link to it on our Facebook and Twitter. So, Mr. Holliday, thank you so much for joining us today, sir.
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate it. And again, we're just really excited to get the word out about the boot camp option and educate people about it and get people on board.
All right. Thank you, sir. You have a good day now.
You as well.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.